Thanks for joining me. So one of the most important physical properties that can be used to identify different elements and substances is going to be malleability or brittleness. So I have my trusty hammer here, and we're going to test out those elements that we were looking at previously so you can find out for yourselves what's supposed to happen since you guys couldn't do it yourselves. So I'm going to start with the aluminum. This is a sample of aluminum right here. Going to give it a few hits with the hammer. And as you can see, it's not breaking. Started flattening out. So that's evidence that aluminum is malleable. Up next, here is a little piece of carbon. This is the coal that we were looking at earlier. Here we go. I don't even have to try that hard, and this breaks very easily. So we know that this must be brittle. So let me clear this little area here. Up next, we're going to have the copper. So what do you think is going to happen with the copper? Malleable or brittle? Let's find out. And the copper, just like the aluminum, also flattened out. And the copper actually got pretty hot. It was starting to burn my fingers a little bit there. And that's because the molecules, or actually the atoms of the copper, are moving around each other, causing some kinetic energy. Next on the list, iron. So this little sample of iron looks a bit different than what we did in class. So I'm going to give this one a few tries. And this doesn't do a thing. Iron is a very, very strong metal. In fact, that's what the hammer is made out of. The hammer is an alloy of iron and other substances. We call that steel. Can't have anything bending too easily if you're going to hammer other objects with it. So our next substance is going to be the silicon. The silicon happens to be quite brittle. Broke pretty easily too. All right, so up next is the sulfur. So what do you think is going to happen with the sulfur class? Let's find out. That crushes down to a fine powder very, very easily. Silicon is probably one of the most brittle elements on the periodic table. Favorite smell too, smells like gunpowder. 3 more to go. Up next we have the tin. Here we go. This easily flattened almost into like a foil. Super easy. 2 more to go. Up next we have the zinc. And I think everybody's pretty sure what's going to happen with the zinc. Let's find out. And sure enough, this one is malleable. Didn't get quite as warm as the copper, but it did flatten out pretty well. And that leaves us with our last element, which is going to be the bismuth. I don't know, this one's pretty close to the metalloids on the periodic table. Let's see what happens. So even though it's classified as a metal, it's right there close to the staircase, and it was actually pretty brittle. So there you have it, our 9 elements and their malleability or brittleness. Thanks for watching.